Visnu Sahasra Nama Stotram 13. Kurobahu Sera Babru Visvayone Suchesrava Amrata Sasvata Sthanur Vararoho Mahatapah, who takes for the purpose of bestowing, who makes all beings cry at the time of dissolution, one with innumerable heads, who governs the world, who causes the world, whose names and glories are holy and purifying to witness to, deathless, eternal, and firmly established, whose lap gives the highest blessing, the greater austerity connected with creation. The Siva Upanishad 6, 9-14 says, Duhkam duhka hetumvatad dravayatayah prabhu rudra it yuchyate tasmat siva paramakaranam. The meaning of sorrow and discontentment as the Lord removes the sorrows and their causes. The auspicious is the ultimate cause and is so called. And the Purusha Sukta said, Sahasra Sirsha Purusha. The Supreme Person has innumerable heads. Remember some of the stuff we've said before. It's not that deity has the forms are owned by deity. So we know deity through the different forms. The Upanishad 4:4-25. Ajaramara, unchanging and deathless. Titanya Upanishad 8:15-1. Nacha punaravartate, they don't return. The Bhagavad Gita, Yad gatva nanivartante tadama paramam mama, my supreme status is that by attaining which one won't return. The Mundaka Upanishad 1:19. Yasyajnanamayam tapa, whose austereness is of the nature of knowledge. 14. Sarvagah Sarva Vidbanur Vishvakshano Janardana Vedo Vedavid Avyango Vedango Vedavit Kavih, who pervades everything or goes everywhere. Omniscient Illuminator. Before whom all the fire beings get scattered. Well, the enemies, actually. But people see that as implied when we mention armies. who inflicts the suffering on the evil, who's of the scripture, who knows the scripture, who's fulfilled by knowledge and the great attributes, who has the scriptures as organs, who's knowing of all the scriptures, who's seeing everything. Katha Upanishad 2:215. Tameva bandham anubhate sarvam. The shining of all others is because of its shining. The Bhagavad Gita 15:12. Yaraditya gatam tejo jagat basayate kilam. The luster that enters into the sun. Bhagavad Gita 10:11. Tasham evanu kamp artham ahamajnanajam tamanasayam atma bhavastu jnana ripenna vasvata. Of compassion for them. I'm the innermost spirit, destroying the darkness of ignorance by the knowledge. The Bhagavad Gita 15:15. Vedantakrit Vedavineva Chahum. The author of the scripture and the knower of the scripture. Bhagavad Gita 2:25 has Avyaktoyam, not manifest to the senses or the mind. The Upanishad 3:7-23. Nanyoto ste drashta. No seer other than him. Isa Upanishad 8 says Kavir Manishi, knowing and intelligent. Remember what we said before about the abbreviations. 15. Lokadyaksha Suradyaksho Dharmadyaksha Krta Krta Chaturatma Chaturvyuhas Chaturdamstras Chaturbhuja. Who's witnessing the whole of the worlds, overlord of all regions, directly seeing merits and demerits, who has an effect in the form of the worlds, who is for the sake of creation, sustenance and dissolution of the forms, who adopts fourfold manifestation with four fangs, the Nrsimha form is how that was known. Also, we think of the four needle thingamajiggers that, biting insects get into you with. There's the injector, there's the sucker, there's the poker, and the digger. So they got those four types. The formed. And so the Vishnu Prana, Vishnu Pu I, or is it 22, 31, 33? Brahmadakshareyah Kalastatha eva khila jantavah vibhutayo harireta Jagatah Srshte Hetava Vishnur Manvadaya Kala Sarva Bhutane Chandvidya Sithiter Nimitta Bhutasya Vishnureta Vibhutaya Rudra Kalonat Kadyascha Samastascha Eva Jantava Chaturda Pralayayata Janardana Vibhuteya. And so various entities, various terms, including time, are powers of the all-pervading for the purpose of creation, the all-pervading, and these other things, time and the living beings, are powers of the all-pervading for the purpose of sustentation. Rudra, time and death, living beings, Vishnu's powers for the purpose of dissolution. Maybe I should say Brahma, Prajapatis, like Daksha, and then we have the Manus, and then Kala, then then we have what Vyasa said. Vyuatmanam chaturdavaya vasudevade murtibeh Srshtyadin prakarotyasha visrut atma janardana. The ever-famous Janardana assumed the four manifestations himself, known as Vyuhas, like Vasudeva, Karshana, Pradyumna, and Aneruddha performs the work of creation with the forms. And 16. Brajeshnur Bojanam Bhokta Sahishnur Jagad Adijah Anango Vijayo Jeta Visva Yonih Punarvasu. Of pure luminosity, what's enjoyed by the Lord, so self-enjoying, of course, are the object that is enjoyed. Enjoyer, enjoyed, enjoyer, suppressor, manifester at the beginning of creation, sinless, master of the universe, naturally victorious, source of the universe, who dwells again and again through the creation. What's that Hadith Qudsi about the... Well, they render it as, I was a hidden treasure and I wanted to be known. Well, that's the Sufi way of saying it, so that's kind of odd, right? The Upanishad 871, Apahata Papma, without sin. And so the master through virtue, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. What are the other three? Omnis, right? So name 142 and 143 are sort of the same. So it's the enjoyed and the enjoyer, but they kind of include you know, because people are going to look at deity and say, well, it's just a positive thing or it's a negative thing. And it's like, well, deity is kind of beyond both, operating both.